The Philadelphia Eagles find themselves at a pivotal moment, standing on the edge of an offseason that could define the future of their franchise. After a season filled with highs and moments that hinted at untapped potential, the spotlight now turns to the offensive side of the ball, where questions linger about leadership and strategy. The uncertainty surrounding the offensive coordinator position has become the central story of the Eagles' offseason, drawing attention not only from fans but also from analysts and league insiders. Every decision made in the coming weeks has the potential to ripple through roster planning, free agency moves, and the upcoming draft, making this one of the most consequential periods the team has faced in recent years. Among the names being discussed, Sean Mannion has emerged as a figure of interest. With nearly 10 years in the NFL as a backup quarterback and extensive experience coaching signal callers, Mannion brings knowledge of the league and hands-on development experience at the professional level. He spent his seasons closely working with Jordan Love in Green Bay, gaining insight into quarterback mechanics, decision-making, and the nuances of professional offenses. On paper, this makes him an appealing, low-risk option for a team looking for someone familiar with quarterback development. However, the question that looms large is his lack of direct play-calling experience, an element many see as essential for a franchise eager to elevate its offensive output. Fans are cautious, fearing that a coordinator without prior play-calling history could fall into the same pitfalls of the past, where offensive execution sometimes relied too heavily on the head coach, leaving room for missed opportunities in critical moments. Attention has also shifted to Matt Nagy, whose experience and previous association with Philadelphia make him a compelling candidate. Having served as head coach in Chicago, Nagy brings credibility and a proven record of calling plays at the highest level. His work guiding quarterbacks, including the development of Justin Fields, shows a capacity to adapt and implement a strategy suited to both young talent and established players. For a team that has invested heavily in its core offensive pieces, Nagy offers a level of stability combined with familiarity. The Eagles know what he can bring to the table, from structured play calling to a system that can be molded to fit the roster, providing reassurance to fans who want to see tangible progress without risking a chaotic overhaul. Meanwhile, new names continue to surface as the league's coaching carousel spins. Davis Webb, previously with the Denver Broncos, has attracted attention for his innovative approach to the passing game. Though relatively young in coordinator terms, Webb has demonstrated creativity in designing schemes that maximize the strengths of his players, finding openings in defenses where others see obstacles. His style represents a more modern, adaptable approach to offense, one that could inject energy and flexibility into a unit that thrives on precision. Considering a coordinator like Webb could signal a shift toward a more inventive philosophy, balancing youthful enthusiasm with strategic acumen to elevate Philadelphia's offense in new ways. The lessons from other teams further emphasize the complexity of hiring a coordinator. Coaches like Tanner Estrogen, who faced challenges in New York, illustrate that offensive performance is rarely a simple reflection of coaching alone. Talent, injuries, and roster limitations can obscure a coach's true abilities. For the Eagles, this is a reminder that evaluating a potential coordinator requires a nuanced understanding of both strategy and context. The ideal candidate must possess not only tactical insight, but also the capacity to work within the existing framework, while improving the output of the roster. The wrong choice, conversely, could stall growth and frustrate both players and fans. Regardless of the inherent talent available, Kevin Patullo's role within the organization has added another layer of complexity to this search. While his contributions have been valuable, his presence may influence how potential hires perceive the opportunity in Philadelphia. Reports suggest that high-profile candidates, including those who ultimately sign elsewhere, considered the dynamics of joining a staff where certain figures retain significant influence. This highlights a delicate balancing act. The Eagles must maintain continuity and respect for their existing personnel while also providing new coordinators with the autonomy necessary to implement their vision. In a league where coaching talent is fluid and competition for elite minds is fierce, misalignment in expectations can have significant consequences. The structural decisions extend beyond any single hire. The Eagles' organizational philosophy requires careful consideration of how coaching roles intersect, particularly in key areas like the passing game, offensive line, and quarterback development. A coordinator stepping into a system with existing power structures must navigate those relationships while asserting the ability to innovate. This tension between continuity and flexibility can define the success of the next offensive era, where too much rigidity risks limiting creativity. Yet wholesale changes carry their own set of challenges. Philadelphia's leadership must weigh these factors carefully, ensuring that any new addition complements the staff rather than conflicts with it. Draft strategy, free agency, and player development are all intricately tied to the offensive coordinator hire. Without clarity, decisions on which positions to prioritize, which schemes to emphasize, and which players fit the envisioned system become speculative. Every draft selection carries dual significance: immediate contribution and alignment with the system the new coordinator will install. Similarly, player growth, particularly at quarterback and skill positions, depends on consistent guidance and a coherent offensive philosophy. The eventual hire, whether a seasoned strategist like Nagy or a rising innovator like Webb, will shape both the immediate and long-term trajectory of the Eagles' offense. The delicate interplay between head coach Nick Sirianni and his potential coordinator also factors heavily into the equation. Sirianni's desire to maintain certain elements of oversight can both strengthen continuity and create friction if incoming coaches feel constrained. Aligning authority and autonomy is a subtle, yet critical challenge, as too much interference can deter top-tier candidates, while excessive separation risks misalignment with the team's broader vision. Managing this balance is as strategic as designing a game plan, with consequences that echo across games, practices, and long-term development. Philadelphia's measured approach to interviews highlights the importance of deliberate decision-making. While multiple candidates are explored, offers are extended cautiously, reflecting an understanding of the stakes involved. A misstep in hiring at this level can reverberate across the roster, affecting performance, player growth, and future drafting opportunities. Each evaluation is part of a broader strategy to secure a hire that maximizes talent, enhances offensive execution, and ensures that the team remains competitive at the highest level. As the Eagles navigate the complexities of their offseason, the implications of the coordinator search extend far beyond simply choosing who calls the plays. Every conversation and reported interview has the potential to reshape the organization's plans for the draft and free agency. Teams operate in an interconnected ecosystem where coaching philosophy drives roster construction, and Philadelphia is no exception. Whether the next coordinator is a seasoned veteran or an innovative up-and-comer, the style of offense they implement will determine which players are prioritized, which schemes are emphasized, and how young talent is developed. Each of these elements is intertwined, creating a domino effect where a single decision can cascade into months of strategy and planning. The Eagles' offensive identity is at stake. Under the current regime, the team has demonstrated a capacity for explosive plays, but inconsistencies in execution have left fans wanting more. The ideal coordinator will need to balance creativity with efficiency, maximizing the strengths of the roster while mitigating weaknesses. For a quarterback like Jalen Hurts, this means working in tandem to develop his decision-making, expand his skill set, and create opportunities for his receiving corps to thrive. The relationship between quarterback and coordinator will be pivotal, as the right partnership could elevate Hurts into one of the league's premier signal callers, while a misalignment could hinder progress and create friction in the locker room. Matt Nagy presents a profile of stability. His previous experience calling plays at the professional level provides confidence that he can handle the pressures of managing a high-profile offense. His understanding of quarterback development, combined with a system that can be tailored to Philadelphia's personnel, makes him an attractive option for those seeking a safe path forward. Yet, some caution remains. Past performance has shown that even successful coordinators face challenges when adapting to new rosters, and while Nagy's track record is solid, the Eagles must ensure that his philosophy aligns seamlessly with the current talent and long-term organizational goals. On the other hand, younger coordinators like Davis Webb offer the allure of innovation. Webb's approach emphasizes adaptability, creativity, and a willingness to take calculated risks, traits that could energize the Eagles' offense and introduce new dimensions to their playbook. His schemes have shown an ability to unlock talent that might otherwise be underutilized, generating opportunities in unexpected ways. For a team with an established core but areas requiring optimization, this kind of fresh thinking can be transformative. The trade-off, however, lies in experience. A coordinator with fewer years at the professional level must navigate high-pressure situations and adapt to a fast-moving league, while implementing their vision, which can be a significant hurdle. Adding another layer to the discussion is the influence of existing staff members, particularly Kevin Patullo. His role within the organization, while valuable, creates considerations for incoming coordinators. Reports suggest that some candidates weigh their potential autonomy against Patullo's continued presence. Mindful of how much latitude they will have in shaping the offense, this dynamic is critical. A coordinator who feels restricted may hesitate to join, while one who receives sufficient freedom can implement systems with precision and creativity. The balance between honoring existing contributions and providing space for new leadership is delicate but essential for maintaining harmony and maximizing effectiveness. The ripple effects extend into the draft. With uncertainty over the coordinator hire, scouting and roster planning become more challenging. Decisions about which positions to target, which traits to prioritize, and which players fit the envisioned system are all contingent on the style of offense that will be run. Every draft pick carries dual importance. It must not only address immediate needs, but also align with the philosophy and strategy of the incoming coordinator. A wide receiver chosen for a vertical attack system may not thrive under a short, timing-based scheme, and similarly, offensive linemen suited for zone blocking may not fit a power-based approach. These nuances illustrate why clarity in hiring is critical before moving forward. With long-term roster construction, free agency also reflects this dependency. The Eagles must consider which veteran acquisitions will complement the system, ensuring that new signings enhance rather than conflict with the offensive vision. Targeting players without a clear understanding of the scheme risks misalignment and wasted resources. Conversely, a coordinator whose philosophy is fully integrated can help optimize veteran additions, maximizing both their impact on the field and the overall cohesion of the offense. Every choice, from draft pick to free agent signing, is magnified by the uncertainty surrounding the coordinator role. Team morale and player development are equally affected by the uncertainty. Football is not just a game of X and O's, it is a sport driven by leadership, communication, and confidence. Players thrive in environments where coaching expectations are clear, strategies are consistent, and adjustments are communicated effectively. A lack of clarity in offensive leadership can slow development, create hesitation, and ultimately impact performance on the field. The Eagles' front office is acutely aware that the wrong hire could have repercussions beyond strategy, affecting how players approach practice, games, and overall professional growth. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. The sports world was caught completely off guard when whispers began circulating around the league, suggesting that the Eagles have quietly secured the signatures of the high-profile stars. What initially sounded like locker room gossip quickly escalated into one of the most talked-about rumors of the season, after ESPN sources indicated that negotiations had not only taken place, but were already finalized behind closed doors. According to insiders, the Eagles' front office moved with unusual discretion, keeping talks away from agents, rival executives, and even parts of their own staff. The objective was clear: strike fast, avoid leaks, and reshape the roster before competitors could react. If confirmed, the alleged signings would represent one of the boldest power moves the franchise has made in years. Speculation about the identities of the two stars has fueled intense debate. Some believe one is an established veteran with championship experience, brought in to provide leadership and immediate impact. The other, sources suggest, could be a dynamic playmaker, still in his prime, capable of changing games on his own and redefining the team's offensive or defensive identity. Around the league, rival teams are reportedly stunned. Executives are scrambling to understand how the Eagles managed to create the necessary cap space and convince two elite names to commit simultaneously. Fans, meanwhile, have flooded social media with theories, jersey mock-ups, and bold predictions about what this could mean for the team's future. While official announcements are still pending, the mere possibility has already shifted expectations. Analysts are reassessing the Eagles' ceiling, and opponents are quietly recalculating their strategies. Whether this turns out to be a masterstroke or an overhyped rumor, one thing is certain: the Eagles have become the center of attention, and the league is watching closely for the next revelation. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe. drop a like and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.